Through this class, I'm really proud of just the understanding of brand that I learned through it. Understanding cohesiveness, understanding that what you portray through your social media, what you portray through the different things. Like Google searching your name to be able to find out when people want to know who you are, they search you and they try to find out about you. What is available for yourself? What speaks who you are into the minds of your audience? The other things that I feel are great is for this past semester, reflecting back, is understanding setting goals, setting tangible goals, goals that you can reach, goals that you can touch, goals that you can actually achieve, and actually setting like a goal that has a measurement to it. That at the end of the time period, you can look back and say, did I reach that goal? Did I get there? Did I do that? At the beginning of this class, we set a couple of goals, and looking back now and seeing like I said that for myself, I said that for myself, I said that for myself, and seeing what of it I accomplished, what of it I didn't accomplish. It's great to do that, and as you grow in your career, and being able to look back and say, you know what, I set my goal to gain 2 more clients every month. Now it's the end of the year. Looking back, and this is the goal in April. How did I do? Where am I at? What can I do better? Where can I grow? And understanding how to look at yourself is huge. The other thing is just planning and building out a video. I love being able to learn about storyboarding a video, about planning it out, about writing out scripting it. It's been great for me as I'm launching my own creative company this month. Kind of digging into that more. It helps me understand more the behind the scenes planning side of it. I've been much more on the executing side of it since I've been doing this, but it's great to kind of understand the before the scenes so I can get better at that. Because one of the big things I've been working with contractors, contracted artists, and understanding how to plan the videos out for them is going to go a much further way. I'm really proud of what we created through this class. I'm really proud of the content, the story that I was able to put together, and I shot off my wife using the about the money issues and stuff that I shot with the church I'm working at. I'm really proud of what we were able to create, um, and just setting up the framework for a brand. As I mentioned, I'm launching this company this month, and being able to understand how to properly set up that framework and to understand how it's being viewed and how it's being seen is gonna help me launch it in a better way, in a much bigger way than I thought I would be able to before this class. It's helping me understand the different visual sides of it and how people are gonna see it and think of it. And I'm excited to see in a couple months where this brand is going to grow into and become, and being able to apply a lot of these techniques and a lot of these things to that. Going to this class, I thought I wanted to learn how to build a resume, build a portfolio, build out a place where people can just look and see my job history and see what I created. But we learned so much more than that. We learned how to create a brand, how to actually like create a portrayal of yourself for your potential future clients, for your potential future employers, and understanding how people see you in the representation of yourself that you want to give off. What do you want to be? What are the characteristics of yourself that you want seen, and how are you portraying that? And when people look at your website, when people look at your social media, when people just Google your name and what comes up, does it portray that? Does it portray the feelings that you want to portray? Does it portray the ideas that you want to portray? And what exactly are you giving off to your client? And through that, and understanding how you're branding yourself and making sure that you're branding yourself properly and in the right way. As I look back at what we accomplished in this class, we accomplished some amazing things. I love doing the branding stuff specifically. That's kind of been a real interest of mine. And understanding that, it shows me that I want to learn more about Photoshop. I know a lot about Illustrator and creating vector logos and those kind of things, but I really want to get into Photoshop and understanding the layers, understanding the masking, understanding textures, and all that different stuff because I want to take my designs to the next level, and I think that that's it. That's how I'm going to do that. That's how I'm going to push the bar a little bit higher, is learning how to use Photoshop. And I've been starting to dig into a little bit of the lynda.com tutorials on Photoshop that they have and trying to try out a couple different ones and learn the different techniques and learn the different things about the software. But I haven't gotten to where I want to be with it yet, but I'm excited that we have this tool that I can use to be able to do that. That I think is going to be the thing that's going to push me to the next level and push me a little bit further along in my career. Throughout this class, my efforts could have been better if I had planned more ahead when it came to the assignments. I wasn't very good at looking ahead and seeing what was coming up and actually delving into it and brainstorming and planning it out before the day before and executing it. I honestly got into a lot of the assignments the day before they were due and kind of just busted away at them and submitted them. And I missed out on a lot of opportunity doing that. I missed out on a lot of planning, a lot of just giving my best when I did that. And I wish that if I had gone back, I could go back and redo that and put more effort into it, plan it out, write it out, sketch it out, storyboard it, and really put more heart behind it. Um, as I continue on, I plan to take what I've learned and redefine my brand. Ask myself some hard questions and take the branding assessment that we did and say, what are these things being portrayed in through what people can find about me right now? What is not being portrayed? How can I portray that? How can I get my image and my brand to speak that when people see what I do and what I have and what I show? And so hopefully that I can, through refining those things, people can start to see my brand more evident in everything that I do. Next thing I plan to do is to refine how I organize myself. I've been trying to get into using a to-do app and using a calendar and using these different things to be able to help keep me to have more simplicity in how I organize myself and how I plan things. But I really dropped the ball when it's come to that. I haven't maintained the to-do app at all. I honestly have like 10 to-dos that are due that are some stuff I've done, some stuff that I just dropped the ball with. And I need to get on top of, and I need to follow up on, and I need to actually execute on. But I've been just so bad about maintaining that and keeping up with it, and especially the calendar as well. My schedule's kind of all over the place, and I have my head in a bunch of different directions, and without organizing myself, I'm catching myself just getting stressed out about things that if I had organized myself better, if I divided my time up better, and if I had just concentrated on one thing at a time, I could have done a lot better with. Especially when you look back and see, I could have planned this stuff out ahead of time. I could have taken the Saturday before this time I was doing a Wednesday, even, and spent some time that day just reading over it, brainstorming about it, thinking about it, planning it out, so that when it gets closer and I actually start executing it, I have some prior knowledge and prior thoughts that I've already constructed around what it's going to be about. But instead of stress myself out the day before, being like, I got this time to do at midnight, I've got to bust my butt to try to get everything done in time, and it's put me behind. And so as I move forward, I want to be able to refine how I organize myself. To make the portfolio process more meaningful, I'm going to refocus my efforts on organization and striving for my goals. At the beginning of the class, I set a couple goals, and I think I only reached actually one of those goals. And having missed out on the opportunity of really pushing myself this past month, I really want to strive to do that better going forward. With having only one assignment a week, I had more time on my hands, but I just spent that time being stressed about other things, being stressed about work, being stressed about the buying the home process and launching a company and all these things. And I really could have grown myself through that time, and through better organization, through better planning, through better task management, through better time management, through better scheduling. I could have maybe avoided some of those conflicts, some of those issues, some of that wasted time, and actually utilize the extra time that was given to be able to have done more. But I really dropped the ball by not doing that and not pushing myself and not striving to do more. And so moving forward, I want to be able to refocus my mindset when it comes to organization and holding myself accountable to that calendar and that to-do list and saying, this is what I do every day. I get in my to-do list, I get in my calendar, I plug stuff in and I knock things out. And staying organized in that way is going to really push me and help me to go to the next level. As I move forward, I want to leverage the content and the stuff that I was able to learn through this as I'm launching my brand and as I'm launching my company right now. I'm launching a new company called Simple Church Creative to be able to provide creative content for churches on a monthly basis. And as I'm building this up, I've got to be thinking about my brand. How's my brand being represented? How is my brand being represented through me personally? How's my brand being represented by the name of the company? If I search it, what comes up? How can I raise in the search engines? How can I make sure that from just small glimpses that people get through social media and through the website, what is being seen? What do I want to be seen? And how can I leverage that? And also understanding just the planning and storyboarding and creating content is going to be huge, and leveraging that as I move forward in my career is going to make a huge difference because it's going to be shown in the final products of everything that I create and everything that I do. And when people look at my brand, they're going to see those things. They're hopefully going to see the things that I want them to see, and that I want to be spoken out of what everything that I do. Hopefully, people will start to see it because of what I've leveraged and what I've been able to learn in this class, and hopefully, I'll leverage that properly moving forward.